Hey everyone, welcome to our new update preview, where we'll be highlighting Artifact Ascension. Hear the name and you'll automatically think of Champion Ascension, and you wouldn't be far off. While there are obvious differences between champions and artifacts, the core idea is the same, drawing out the latent power of your artifacts to make you stronger. With Artifact Ascension, each artifact you ascend will receive additional stat bonuses. To do this, you'll need to spend a new resource called Oil, which you can think of as somewhat similar to affinity potions. However, you don't need to worry about matching affinities or raiding different keeps on different days to get specific oils. You only have to get one kind of oil, and it's available in one dungeon. You'll need to be at least level 38 to start using Artifact Ascension, and keep in mind, it's geared towards upcoming endgame content, which will really ramp up the difficulty. As for existing dungeons, you won't need Artifact Ascension if you're already clearing them with these, but it'll help make grinding for artifacts for Ascension that much quicker. As for accessories, you won't be able to ascend them just yet. You will in the future though, so stay tuned. Now, let's get into the mechanical meat and potatoes. Artifacts must be at least rank 4 and be upgraded to level 12 if you want to ascend them. Rarity doesn't matter, so you could ascend a common artifact if you really wanted to. The oil needed for Ascension comes in 3 types: Lesser, Greater, and Superior. Lesser oil will get your artifacts to Ascension levels 1 and 2, Greater for levels 3 and 4, and finally Superior to get levels 5 and 6. Like with Champion Ascension, the stars on your artifact will turn from gold to purple as you ascend. And that's it. You don't need silver or other resources to ascend, just that sweet, sweet oil. Once an artifact reaches Ascension level 1, it gains a single bonus stat, and each subsequent Ascension level increases that one bonus stat. Each artifact type has a set pool of bonus stats that it can have, which you'll see in the handy little table on screen right now. And before you go and screenshot the table, don't worry. This cheat sheet will be in the Artifact Ascend tab in-game for reference. At the time of making this video, you cannot re-roll this bonus stat if you rework an Ascended artifact. However, we may change this in the future, and of course, we'll let you know if we do. So that's the basics of Artifact Ascension covered. Now, grab your flaming torches and let's delve into the new dungeon where all that precious oil is kept, the Sand Devil's Necropolis. The Necropolis' guardian, the mighty and terrible Al-Naemeh the Sand Devil, is pretty different to bosses you've fought in raids so far. He's got skills that will ignore your defenses. He can withstand almost any attack, but he also likes napping on the job. Unlike Raid's other bosses, the Sand Devil is susceptible to sleep, and using this debuff will be crucial to send this devil to his eternal rest. Now, this is where I'd normally say, let's start from the beginning, but things are a little more complicated this time, so bear with me. Let's first dissect his passive skill, the appropriately named Rest for the Wicked. This makes the Sand Devil immune to any form of turn meter reduction, as well as all debuffs. Well, all debuffs except sleep. Once you make Al-Naemeh go night-night, things start to get interesting. Once he's sleeping, he loses this incredible immunity to debuffs and turn meter reduction and becomes like most other bosses. This means you can do things like poison and place stat reductions on him, although crowd control debuffs like stun and freeze still won't work. This passive also massively reduces incoming damage to the Sand Devil, which only gets higher on later stages. We're talking up to a 75% damage reduction, so your toughest nukers will barely tickle this guy, unless you land loads of debuffs first. For every debuff you place on the Sand Devil, he loses 10% of that huge damage reduction, so focus on landing as many debuffs on him as possible once you've put him to bed. Dreamless Sleep, Al-Naemeh's other sleep-centric passive, is something you'll need to watch out for as well. The Sand Devil's a pretty heavy sleeper, so he won't instantly wake up when you hit him. Instead, he gains a special slumber counter when he goes for some shut-eye, with it ticking down by 1 every time he's hit. Once it hits 0, or a sleep debuff on him expires, he'll awaken from his nap. The length of the slumber counter varies based on the stage you're on, with it starting at 10 from stages 1 to 5, with it going down as low as 5 by the later stages. That means you've got the chance to land between 10 and 5 hits before Al-Naemeh gets up to see what's causing all that noise. When he finally rises from his slumber, don't expect to put him right back to bed. He becomes fully immune to sleep for 1 turn after he wakes up, so you'll need some proper coordination to place as many debuffs on him as you can before you can knock him out again. And now, his third and final passive, Soul Sustenance. Whenever Al-Naemeh attacks, he destroys 10% of the target's max HP. That's right, a flat 10% reduction. It's not based on the damage dealt to your team. Seeing as all of his attacks target your entire team, this is pretty bad news. The suffering doesn't end there, though. Anytime your champions decrease the Sand Devil's turn meter, their max HP will be destroyed by the same percentage. Yikes! But there is a silver lining. Whenever Al-Naemeh is sleeping, any heal you receive will restore your destroyed HP, equal to the value of the heal. So bring a healer, and everything will be just fine. Okay, now let's turn to Al-Naemeh's active skills and see how they work alongside his passives. His first skill, Rage of the Sands, is an unpleasant AoE attack that places a decreased speed and a decreased accuracy debuff on your entire team. Make sure your champions have enough resistance, as the last thing you want is your debuffs not landing on Al-Naemeh while he's snoring away. Want to know why? His second skill, Dune Tempest, removes all debuffs on him, heals him, and then attacks your entire team with blades of light and a howling gust of sand. But there's a catch. The damage dealt by this skill decreases based on the amount of debuffs Al-Naemeh removed from himself. So the more debuffs you manage to place on him, the weaker this move will be. Think of it going from a raging tornado to a light breeze. The heal he receives from Dune Tempest will also depend on the amount of destroyed HP on your team. The more HP you've had destroyed, the more HP the Sand Devil recovers, yet another reason to bring a healer to this fight. Finally, we have Feasting Swarm. For this skill, the Sand Devil unleashes a ravenous horde of locusts, dealing huge AoE damage that ignores shields, block damage, and unkillable buffs, as well as 100% of your champion's defense. This thing hurts and will likely wipe out your entire team if you aren't prepared. Fortunately, summoning a locust swarm is tiring work, so Al-Naemeh will instantly catch some Z's after this attack, giving you time to lick your wounds. Oh, and every time you place a sleep debuff on the Sand Devil, the current cooldown of this skill increases by 1 turn. With some careful planning, you'll be able to keep this Feasting Swarm at bay for a long time. So, how the devil do you win this fight? Timing and team composition are vital for surviving the Sand Devil's Necropolis. You'll need several champions capable of placing a sleep debuff on Al-Naemeh, and you'll need to time them just right. Putting him to sleep is the easy part. You'll need to be juggling placing other debuffs, reducing his innate damage reduction, and restoring your destroyed HP to succeed in this fight. Continuous heal buffs and passive skills that can heal your entire team will really lighten the load. Then there's the slumber counter. Bringing champions who can place debuffs on the Sand Devil without hitting him will be super useful, as these won't lower the slumber counter, meaning you can potentially land more hits. Finally, you'll also need some way to survive the terror that is Feasting Swarm. Placing a revive on death buff on the champions crucial to your strategy will probably be your best bet, as high defense won't stop these locusts chewing through your health. So, there you have it. Everything you need to know about Artifact Ascension and its accompanying dungeon. We can't wait to see you clash against the might of the Sand Devil, and hope this guide will help you craft a winning strategy. As always, hit like, subscribe to see the latest about Raid, and we'll see you next time. Happy raiding!